Alright, guys. I don't think I've ever shown this before, but anyway, this is my other account that I keep talking about. But as you can see, I'm down quite a bit. I'm almost down 2,000, and I had put at the very bottom here. You can see that I put in $9,351.76, and I'm down 18%, and I currently have 7,600 and some. And as I just said, I put in 1,000 just in the last 2 days. So I really only had six. It was only worth a little over 6,000. But I got 2,000. Well, S&D is worth 2,000. I didn't pay that much for it, but I basically put in 1,600. I was actually up 840 on S&D at one point a couple weeks ago, and I chose not to sell. And the reason I chose not to sell is I believe that there's probably going to be a Republican in the White House in the next election, and they're going to be drilling for oil, and you need sand for fracking and that kind of thing. This one at the very bottom, that's the wine company. This next one is 7-Eleven. Even though it don't look like 7-Eleven, I only got 10 shares. My main positions are just S&D. I got SJT. I got 2,000 SJT. I got 300 shares. I got 1,000 now in SID. This one is like the robot one. I had doubled down. I had 200 shares. I bought another 200 a while back. Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. I just got 20 shares. A lot of these other positions are where I sold out, and I cannot sell a fractional share. So on this brokerage, and so it just kept, and you can see like this one, the dollar amount is $1.39. This one's like $1.80. This one's 3 cents, 6 cents. So I mean, there's not a lot of money there. This one was the one that I had done the pink sheets, and I had for the video I had found like a mining company or something in Africa, and I just had bought 100 shares of it. I'm down 10% on that one. MDGS. This was the where I spent my other money at. I didn't want to say anything because the order hadn't gone through yet. But yeah, I had 125 shares, so I added another 75 shares today. MDGS is either worth zero or it's worth like $50 or something. And if you look at this chart here, I mean, it looks terrible. It just has gone down and down and down and down and down and down. And I mean, they did a reverse split to $9, and it's fallen from like 9 down to 3.6. And remember, they had this crazy 21% dividend, and that was just like a one-time thing. They were going to do a 3 million. They were going to do 3 million in buybacks, but they decided to do the dividend instead. And everyone, got in for the dividend and then just got out. And it really didn't even go up very much for the dividend. But let me see. I'm not sure exactly when they did the reverse split. Um, maybe it was maybe it was here somewhere where they did the reverse split, and I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was like 10 to 1, 20 to 1. I can't remember what it was, but this thing at the very least should be like at least $9 or something. I mean, the market cap's 6 million, and they just literally did I said they were going to do a $3 million buyback, but what they did instead was paid a huge dividend. But look, they got news all the time. A share in an AI system, acquiring 60% interest in a property in Miami, 53 million in revenues for the first 6 months. A 52% increase year over year. They sold their stake in ScoutCam for approximately 5.7 million. I mean, that's almost the market cap of the company right now, and they had ownership in I don't know 10 other businesses. And I'm not just talking a little bit of ownership. I'm talking about like majority ownership. Now Jeff Brands, they spun off, and Jeff Brands has been terrible. I think it's like 40 cents right now. We are thrilled to report a great first half. Revenue growth reached 53 million. Strategic moves to optimize shareholder value. I mean, as an investor, I love statements like this. Optimize shareholder value. Excited for what the future holds for our company, our stakeholders. The gross profit was 8.2 million. I mean, this thing is either worth zero or it's worth like $50 or $100. In my opinion. I think the market cap of ScoutCam, I can't even remember what it was now, but it was probably 30 or 50 million. I think it was 30 million was the market cap of ScoutCam. Acquires a 19% stake in an AI and language process communication based software. Vubix, which is one of the companies they invested in. Huge financial results, which is a subsidiary of Gix Internet. But this thing has got to be way under. It's either worth nothing. Look at right here. It says overvalue. That's hilarious. I mean, and I love stuff like this. Garbage stock. This is probably the worst stock you can ever buy. The funny thing is, they were saying the same thing about DAC when I had bought it. And it ended up going 30x. They were saying stuff like this. I love to see stuff like this. Garbage stock. Probably the worst stock you can ever buy. And these are different people talking. Now, most of the people that comment on here are complete idiots and morons. But there's a couple, guys that are seasoned investors. They're multimillionaires, So if you can weed through the BS, you know, there's actually some good comments there. Let me read about what this was. So, I mean, they got news articles all the time on this company, and I don't know why nobody is paying attention to it. I guess because it's got a $6 million market cap. But this thing has just got absolutely hammered. I mean, let me see. I can't remember when I bought it, but um, if it went to maybe it didn't, maybe it would. I can't remember what the reverse split was, but I want to say it was at $1 and it went to 9 or something, or maybe it went something like that, like maybe like a 9 to 1. But this is like when I first started looking at this thing or buying it, I think. um, and I had made some money on this a couple times. Plus, I got the huge dividend of 85 cents a share, and I can't remember how many shares I had. I think I had 5,000 invested in this company, and but look, I mean, just like 2 years ago, it was $42. I mean, it really wasn't $42 then. It was just that they did a reverse split, so it looks like it was $42. But when you do a split, nothing changes really. Like if you do a 10 to 1 reverse split or whatever, your ownership of the company doesn't change. Nothing actually changes. The only reason they did a reverse split was because it was like I can't remember if it dipped below $1 or it must have been below $1. I don't know. And in order to keep Nasdaq compliance, you have to be above $1. So a lot of these penny stocks, what they will do is do a reverse split to get their share price over the quote quote dollar threshold. And because it was for a bad reason, I guess, people short. I don't know if you can even short this, but it got killed basically. I can't remember what it. I guess it was $42, and it went down to 4. I think maybe it was a 10 to 1 reverse split. I can't remember, but whenever they did the split, it's just gone down since then. But I can't remember how much they paid in a dividend. Let me see. I mean, record revenues up 800% year over year. I mean, ranked among the top. All right, this is what it was. And it won't let me click on it for some reason. But anyway, they paid a $1.6 million cash dividend December. I can't remember when they paid it, but At the closing whatever the closing price was, December 7th, it was like a 14% or something. I can't remember, but what does it say? Closing price December 7th, 2022. So right here, when it was like $4.67, they paid a $1.6 million dividend. And look at the market cap, guys. The market cap is 6 million right now. If this is correct, and maybe Yahoo is not correct here. I don't know. A lot of times they're wrong, but and maybe this should have been my out point right here, right there. But I mean, for $1.6 million in cash, they could basically just, if this market cap is correct, they could have rebought a third of their shares. I mean, according to this, they got 14 million in cash. They got $8.59 in cash. The book value is $18.67. They only have 11 million in debt, which is only 26% of the debt to equity. Quarterly revenue growth 52%. I mean, these are good things, 110 million revenue. I just don't get it. I mean, and this is very ugly. And I guess people just gave up on it, over the years. But that's an opportunity for us. I mean, this, like, it goes to 50. Like, that's not even like, that's nothing. Like, that's like 40. I think was what the post reverse split was. Let me see if I scroll down a little more and see if I can see. I can't remember when they did that split. I don't know why it won't let me click on any of these links. I mean, yeah, they were losing money all in here. They were losing money. And that was the case with like Amazon or something starting out. They were losing money, and like Netflix. Like, I don't think Netflix is a good business model, but I mean, they were spending $5 billion a year, and they're only charging what, it was $8 or $10 or something, like a family, because multiple people can use the same account. But now that they got you hooked on Netflix, now they're steadily increasing the price of it. So I don't know if people are just going to quit their subscription or pay an extra $2 or whatever it is. But yeah, I mean, this to me has to be the damn bargain of the year. But it's either worth nothing or like a hell of a lot. Like, it's like, It's at least 10. It's at least 10x, and maybe even it might be 30 or 50x or 100x. I don't know. But if they got 30 to 50% or 60% ownership in 10 other businesses, they don't have to be right on every business. They just need to be right on one business, one good investment that they do can really shoot this thing to the moon. But for whatever reason, and look, you can see the 52-week range, $8.80. So just within the last year, it says 880. Very low volume. You see that, and 75 of that was me. out of 590. And you can see the average volume is 9,000, so the volume is really, really low. And like day traders and stuff, they would never do anything like this because they won't liquid. And if a stock is not trading, and most pink sheets do not trade very often, they usually have wide spreads between the bid and the ask. That's why a lot of day traders trade the expensive stuff, because it's only a penny usually in between the bid and the ask. But yeah, day traders, there a lot of them are momentum traders. If something's going up, it's going to continue to go up. If it's going down, it's going to continue to go down. If there's a lot of volume, if there's some news, some good news, maybe they beat on revenue, maybe they beat on earnings, maybe they beat on both. Any kind of merger or a buyout, or if it's like a drug manufacturer, if they went to like clinical trial stage 2 went well, and then the stage 3, or I don't even know how it works, but there's different stages. And when you're testing a new drug or something, the first stage they only tested on 1,000 people, and then they went to 10,000, and then they went to 100,000, and then 1,000,000, and each stage goes up. And either they do well and it's going to go sky high, or they flop and it's going to crash. But I don't know if this is a real company, a fraudulent company, what. But I like the idea of, like I said, there's no perfect company, but to me, what I like about this company is they have big stakes, like 50% or 30%, and 10 different little small companies. And then what they try to do is spin them off, and not spin them off, but IPO them. Like I bought Jeff Brands when I IPO'd. I bought some Scout Cam, and they just really haven't done good. And I really don't know how a company that one of like the 10 companies they own 30% of can have a market cap of 30 million, but yet the parent company, who owns another like 10 companies at 50% ownership, is worth less than like the one they got rid of. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So this thing is either worth a hell of a lot more than it is right now, or it's worth nothing. But going over my other positions, I already talked about this one. This was MDGS. So I have 200 shares now, and my average buy price is $5.56. So I'm still down. And as you can see, guys, I'm down on pretty much everything. The only two that I was right on was PBT, and I sold that position, and now it's only worth 6 cents. But you can see I was up 16% before I sold. It was actually, I was up more than that. I think I sold it maybe at 20 some percent, maybe 20%. I can't remember, but anyway, S&D, I was up 50% almost. It was like 48%. I was up, instead of 371, it was 850 almost, or 840. So my $1,600 was 2,400. But now it's 2,000. So in the last couple of weeks, it's kind of lost $400. The next position is land. That's just a land monthly dividend payer. It's kind of like Good and Glad and Earn and all those monthly payers. But this one's just dealing with land, and they lease their land, farmland and stuff out, and to tenant farmers or whatever, and they just get a little 3% yield, which isn't very much, but it's land, so it's worth something. And then way up here, I had bought BPT at a really high price, and it totally tanked. I mean, I can't remember what I initially bought it at, but my average buy price now is $8.45, and you can see the price is $5.29. So I doubled down on that position, and I'm still down 40%. Now the top one is just a wheat stock. I had just bought 1,000 shares. It was a 13 cent stock. It's only worth $130 right now, but weed was very popular, and now it's kind of out of fashion, so maybe there's an opportunity to buy some weed stocks. And this one is a Canadian one. So anyway, the main positions are MDGS. I guess that mining, the mining company in Africa. I got Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. I got the wine company. Got 7-Eleven. 2,000 S&D, 2,000 in SJT, 1,000 in SID. I'm probably going to want 1,000 in MDGS, so I'll probably just maybe buy another 100 shares of MDGS and then just leave it. And if I lose 1,000, I lose 1,000, but that $1,000, I mean, if someone had invested in Tesla, even though I hate Tesla, but there was an article the other day and I read it, and it was like, if you invested in Tesla in 2012, it was $2 a share of Tesla. And if you just would have invested $1,000 in Tesla when it was at $2.12, the article was saying you would have $1.7 million today. And this was a recent article, so I mean, Tesla's gone down quite a bit in the last year or so, or at least the last 2 years. But so it might have even been worth $2 million if someone had invested $1,000. So I think it's worth the gamble. That $1,000 might turn into $2 million. I mean, it sounds crazy, guys, but crazier things have happened. I mean, MDGS has a chance to be a 100-bagger, in my opinion. which means $1,000 turns into $100,000. Maybe even more. I mean, Sid, I think, is probably worth at least 10. S&D, I think, the book value is over 6, so I think 6 to 10 is reasonable. SJT, I think, will go to 15 at some point, plus we're getting a 20% dividend yield while we wait. So yeah, I mean, I'm getting my ass kicked. I'm down. Even on SJT, I'm down 32%. But basically, what I had done in SJT was when it was $15, I basically sold, and then I rebought. But I rebought at a higher price because I had started buying at 7 originally. And as you can see, I've been dollar cost averaging, and my average right now for SJT is $10.36. And the share price today is $6.99. So, even though I started buying this thing again at probably around 15 or right at 15, I've been dollar cost averaging. But I'm still down 30%. Sid, I'm down almost 30%. The Rewalk, the one that does the exoskeletons for spinal cord people or whatever, is down 20%. The chocolate company is down 20%. My wine company is down 13%. My mining company in Africa is down 10%. All these other ones like OPP down -37%, but I only got $1.08 in that one. MDGS, I'm down 21%. Lane, I'm down 23%. This was like a warrant. I can't remember if it was a call or a warrant or whatever, but I had, I think it's called a call option. But I had, or whatever it is, I can't. Maybe it was a warrant. I can't remember. But anyway, I bought 100 shares. Thinking that within the next 2 years it was going to be a certain price or whatever, and I'm down 85% on that. And my position now is only like worth $4, so I think I might have put $50 in there or something. Horizon, I'm down 10%. EFC, I was down 23%. CLM, minus 40%. Minus 40% for BPT. And then the weed one, I'm almost down 10% as well. So, SJT, SND was really my only thing that was in the green. I mean, and even that one has taken a dump lately because, like I said, I did have 2,400 as the value, so I've lost 400 in value in the last couple weeks. But I had a lot more positions than this. Like I had Maine in here. I had a whole bunch of other monthly payers in here. But when I was trying to buy a house, I needed some cash to prove that I could make make the closing cost payment or whatever. So I had liquidated a lot of my positions. But like a lot of these monthly payers, I'm really not down that much because a lot of them are paying 15% in dividends or 20% dividends. So even though it's down 30%, I mean I did get 15 or whatever it was in dividends. So I'm not. Even though it looks bad, it looks terrible. Like, damn, like, why would I, like, listen to your dumb ass? Like, you suck in everything. Like you lost money in every single area except one, and the one that you were right in, you didn't even sell for a profit. Now you're gonna lose money on that one too. But I'm not worried. Like S&D, 100%. Like this thing's going 6 to 10. Like I'm not even. There's not like a shadow of a doubt. Like it might even go to 20 or something. I don't know. Because we're gonna drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack, baby, frack. We're gonna sand, baby, sand. We're gonna oil, baby, oil. And SJT, I'm not worried about that one. This was a 10-year plan, hopefully. And within those 10 years, I should get all my money back, and then whatever's left after that, once I get my money back, be profit. S&D, I'm confident that one's going $10 at least. So that's 5x from here. And I've already talked about MDGS. That one has the potential to be a 100-bagger. One reason I think DAC went up so much was they had disclosed that they had invested in I think they invested in like an EV car company or something, and then this was when Tesla was going crazy, and then they all jumped on DAC and I don't know. I just knew they had ownership in another company, and that was one reason why it went up so much.